I'm on both sides of the road, right?
Summer Shredding Classic overall winner.
Bodybuilding versus Muay Thai. This is a yap that, damn, I've always wanted to just talk about because I think about this constantly in my head all the time. I've done both. You know, my last time competing bodybuilding was Christian Guzman's Summer Shredding in 2018, which was, I think, his first summer shredding show he ever put on, period. And I won the overall in that show.
Winner, Kabira Jiroke.
And my last time competing was in 2024 for No Boundary Amateur Muay Thai, and I won that fight. You know, comparing, contrasting the two, I'm on both sides of the road, right? So you bodybuilders, y'all my homies. Yo, you guys are you're my OGs. You know, I was riding with you first. But then all my fight friends, and it's crazy too because like, whenever I didn't want to get into that, but comparing the two of them, bodybuilding, constant hunger, preparing for like, you know, 15 or 16 weeks to get into shape, to be on stage for what's probably a total of maybe 5-10 minutes if you do win your class and you get to the overall. Constantly adjusting your diet to slowly lose body fat and maintain as much lean body mass and muscle tissue as possible. And then you have fighting, where you spend probably a good 6 to 8 weeks to get into shape for a fight, and you're constantly doing sparring. You're constantly running. Ah, man. Which one is harder? For me, I don't want to say fighting was harder when in my immediate thought fighting was harder, but bodybuilding was more like was a more difficult, like slow burn. Like a candle that's just slowly burning and you're just trying to wait for it to get to the end. It's slow like that. Fighting is more difficult in terms of just that immediate fucking stress factor. Like, oh man, I gotta go into sparring today. I gotta spar this motherfucker who's gonna try to knock me out and take my fucking head off. Oh man, and then I gotta make weight X amount of days before the fight through some water cut that's gonna drain and dehydrate me and make me feel like shit 24 hours before I weigh in before the fight. Man, what do you get from both? I think fighting builds a lot of mental fortitude and toughness and will. But you know what? So does bodybuilding. Because bodybuilding builds more discipline, I would say, because you have to be disciplined for so long, for like weeks and weeks at a time, for like one little tiny moment, right? Whereas like in fighting, that moment when you fight, and granted, fighting is different than sparring. But you're actually sparring, which is like literally simulating the fight multiple times throughout your preparation to get to the fight. So you get that satisfaction of the fight so much more before the actual fight. Whereas in bodybuilding, you have to just kind of just wait it out and just like thug it out and grind it out for that one moment, which might not even be your moment. So yeah, one is definitely a lot more disciplinary, and one's just more, requires discipline too, but it's more just fucking primal. I don't know, but yeah. What did I get from both? In fighting, because I did bodybuilding for years before I even got into Muay Thai. You know, from 19 to like 32 was just nothing but natural bodybuilding and doing that. And then from 32 to like 37, I'm 38 by the way, 32 to like 36, because I haven't competed since, no, 37, it was just all Muay Thai. And the things I learned in bodybuilding helped me so much in Muay Thai. For example, you know, I'd have my team around me and I would see a lot of them struggling to make weight. And for me, from all the years of bodybuilding, just understanding my body, macronutrient intake, energy balance, anaerobic cardio, aerobic cardio, staying closer to my actual, fight weight, which was it just came natural to me from years of just understanding my body and nutrition and cardio and lifting as well too. So it helped me in terms of the fighting aspect and being in shape damn near year round for it. But then once I slowed down on fighting, which I have the last couple of years, last 2-ish years, still training by the way, just in terms of fighting, I've come back to bodybuilding, but I'm not a bodybuilder anymore. I would just see myself, and I said this in my last video, as an athlete, more like a hybrid athlete. I lift weights, I do aerobic cardio, I do anaerobic cardio. My anaerobic cardio comes mainly from my boxing and my Muay Thai. My aerobic cardio comes from me running like a 5K every month. My strength training comes from me lifting weights, 3 times per week, sometimes 4 if I do like an upper lower off, but it's usually an upper lower off, and then Jesus Christ. It's usually an upper lower, then a couple of days off, then it's a full body. So now, again, full circle, they've both helped make me who I am today. But bodybuilding versus Muay Thai, I'm not going to put one over the other. They've both given me different things, and they're both difficult in their own respect. I guess that's my rant on it. I'm not going to say one is more difficult than the other, because they're both difficult in their own way. Yeah, bodybuilding versus Muay Thai, you should try them both.